Hey everybody, welcome back to Chortle Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Jake, and alongside with me, Steven, the streamy boy, the Star Wars big boy, the Far Cry guy. He's here.
Ooh, I like that one.
You like that one?
The Far Cry guy.
The Far Cry guy. I came up with that today.
That's so much better than Star Wars big boy.
No, I disagree, but I'm glad you like it. So,
okay.
Anyway, this is Chortle Cast. If you didn't know, it's where we talk about, it's the official podcast of Chortle Games, where we talk about TV shows, anime, movies, and mostly video games, and then anything else we want to talk about. So, today, we've got a great show for you. This is our special E3 2018 predictions episode. This is where Steven does the air horns sound effect. There we go. E3 is right around the corner. We're going to be going through all the press conferences and talking about what we think they're going to talk about. We're also going to hit up some of the major news this week because, Steven, E3's already started. Even though it hasn't started. I know.
It started,
the pre-E3 is already hot and ready and going.
If you will, the pre-3.
The pre-3, I like that. Very good. So anyway,
you were so quiet.
Before we get started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We are going to be streaming all of the major conferences happening at E3, and it's going to be me, Steven, sometimes Brody, sometimes Miles, sometimes just me, sometimes just Steven, but it's going to be we're streaming all the major conferences. It's going to be us reacting live to the announcements, to what's happening. So if you want to come just watch with us and hang out, we'll be interacting with the chat when we're not like just 100% honed in on whatever they're announcing. So feel free to come drop in. We're going to start a little early for each stream so you can come in and have some last minute discussion with us. But anyway, that schedule is on June 9th, that's Saturday. EA's press conference is going to be there. So that's at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And this is all going to be happening on chortlegames.com, which is our YouTube. On Sunday, I said that funny, Sunday, June 10th, we're going to kick off the day with Microsoft at 3 p.m., again, Central Time. Bethesda is going to start at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That one's probably going to go pretty late, so drink some coffee, whatever you got to do. Then Monday, June 11th, the day starts off with Square Enix at 12 p.m. That's going to be just me. You're not going to want to miss it. Even if you watch it later, you're going to want to watch my reactions because I'm going to lose it over Kingdom Hearts. Either way.
He's going to lose his mind. Yes.
Pretty much. And then Ubisoft is later that afternoon at 3 p.m. That's going to be Steven.
You don't want to miss that one.
That's going to be Steven and Miles. And Miles is going to have some crazy reactions, so you won't want to miss that. Steven, are you doing the PC Gaming Conference at 5 p.m. on Monday, June 11th?
I think I will.
Okay.
I think I will.
Steven may be streaming that one. That's a doozy because, we're not sure what new TurboTax they're going to announce or if there's a new version of Minesweeper.
I believe Killing Floor 2's update is going to be rolled out that day.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, regardless.
Well, that's in my predictions, so.
Possibly the PC conference at 5 p.m. with Steven. If not, it's because PC sucks. Still Monday, June 11th. This is a busy day for E3. Sony conference at 8 o'clock p.m. Again, Central Time. That's going to be me, Brody, and Steven. We're all pretty big Sony PlayStation fans. That's our main console of choice. So we're going to have very strong feelings about anything that happens there. So you'll want to come hang out with us then. And then June 12th, Tuesday at 11 p.m. or excuse me, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. On Tuesday. That's the Nintendo conference. That's going to be Steven. So Steven, have you gotten your Switch yet? You ordered it?
I didn't order it. I waited.
Oh.
I waited.
Loser.
Yeah. But I am excited. I'm excited to see more from this red blue bounce man. What do they call him?
Mario, maybe?
Yeah, sure. I'm just kidding. I love Nintendo. I'm really excited. There's a lot that I'm excited to see, so don't miss that. I know I'm not as Nintendo boy as Brody and Jake are, but
Brody and I both have Switches. We're big Nintendo boys, and neither of us can make it. I thought I was going to be able to make it. But I found out I wasn't going to be able to make it. Tried to make it some other way. It's not going to work. So,
but this way though, you get to watch me buy a Switch live, because that's probably what's going to happen.
That's probably what's going to happen. I tried to get you to buy it while it was on discount. You're going to miss it. The discount's going to be gone. It probably already is gone. So you're going to wish.
I actually tried to do it,
but
I could not figure out how to apply the discount, so I didn't do it. I just threw my hands up in the air. I was like, it's 11 o'clock at night. It's bedtime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our live streaming schedule. Of course, E3, the show floor opens after Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, there's going to be all sorts of great, crazy gaming news is going to be out the wazoo next week. So Friday, the podcast will be E3 discussions. So we'll be discussing each of the conferences, what happened, and then any corresponding news that happened during the rest of the week. So be sure to look forward to all that. Because of the craziness of E3, we will not have a Let's Play on Monday. We will not have a stream on Tuesday, and we will not have a Let's Play on Wednesday. We think we might be back on schedule for Couch Co-op that Thursday. And then Friday, of course, we'll have the podcast as normal, and live streams will, regularly scheduled live streams will resume at that point. So that's just to give us a little bit of breathing room to get all the stuff done. And honestly, with how many videos we're going to be posting for E3, you're not going to even notice that there's a Let's Play missing. If there was one posted, it would be lost immediately in the flood of stuff we're going to be posting. So, yeah, anywho. So, it's going to be great, but we got to get through a show, Steven. We've got a long show to do here. Before we start E3 predictions, we want to talk about some of the news that's already happening with pre-3. Is that what you're calling it?
Pre-3, yes.
Pre-3?
Or E2.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
E2? Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Because it comes before. Or D2.
I like pre-3 first. No, let's just stop. Okay. So, first big news. Destiny 2 came out and announced their next big expansion, which is the Forsaken expansion. Those of you that played Destiny 1 will recall a little expansion called The Taken King, I believe is what it was called, Stephen, right?
It was, yes.
That was the one that kind of fixed Destiny 1, and everyone kind of fell in love with it from that point on. Right. So, I am the only one that still has my copy of Destiny. I am planning on getting this, and Stephen needs to be convinced. So, we're not going to be able to spend a lot of time on this, but I do want to run through some of the things that they have added. So the number one thing, the most important thing here, I'm just going to get it out and get it there. They are adding bows to the game. That's really all you need to know. I don't know what other information you need from me, because there are bow and arrows now in Destiny, and I don't know what else could be better in the world. So that's all I'm saying. They're adding new supers. It looked like in the trailer, and I cannot find any confirmation of this, but it looks like each class is getting 3 new supers.
Each class is getting 3 new, or there are 3 new supers, 1 per class?
No. I'm pretty sure they're each getting 3 new. That, or they're doubling up on a bunch of the power types, because there's Void. I forget what the lightning one's called.
Right. Void, Arc, and Solar.
Arc and Solar, yeah. So they showed the tank or the Titan. He's got the hammer where you throw the hammers. Well, now you have one where you do the same solar hammer, but it's a huge hammer, and you go around swinging the hammer instead of throwing hammers. And then there was a new one with the Hunter. There were a bunch of new ones. There was one Hunter one that was Void, where he spins and throws knives. There's another. It looks like the Arc Striker with the I'm so dead on all my Destiny 2 terms. The Hunter Arc move, which had the staff. There was one where he was spinning that and deflecting things. So I don't know if that's a new super or if it's just an update to that super. But anyway, they showed a lot of new supers during that whole thing. The story in this update is going to be going to the Dreaming City, something called the Rift. Steven, do you remember the Rift from Destiny 1?
I do not.
Oh, you don't?
Wait. The Reef?
That's it. The Reef.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, I'm horrible at Destiny. I didn't play Destiny 1. This is why I was hoping Steven and Brody had looked at this, because I still don't understand everything. But anyway, we're going back there.
The Reef is like the home to the Awoken.
Right. Well, you're going to be fighting the Awoken. This is going to have a lot to do with Cade 6. You're going to be hunting down some of his most wanted criminals while you're on the island. They described it as kind of a Old West kind of feel. It's very outlawish in the place. They also announced a new PvPvE mode called Gambit. The way it works is you have your team of 4, I think, and then there's another team of 4. You are both put in an arena completely separated, and you're fighting waves of enemies, and you're trying to collect like power orbs of something that you're slowly putting into a device that charges up, and then whoever gets the device charged first wins the round. So obviously that's kind of player versus player, but you can do things to disrupt the other player's game. So like you can, once you level up to a certain point, you can activate a boss in the other player's level. And I think at some point you can activate a portal and send one of your guys to the other player's zone to let him kind of fight them for a bit. So it's supposed to be kind of a lot of multiplayer stuff. But anyway, you can read through the whole thing. It's going to be $40. The expansion is going to be $40. But they're also announcing an annual pass of some sort, which is going to let you. It basically, I think it's just kind of like a season pass, like the next 2 expansions. Actually, I think they did 3. They're like content
games
updates.
are doing seasons a lot more actively now, where it's like year 1, year 2, all that kind of stuff. So Ghost Recon Wildlands just released a year 2 where you could get more content for the updates that do come for free. So it's probably just something like that.
Right. They talked a lot about random rolls for weapons are returning. Weapon slot customization is coming. There's a lot more space in the vault. There's a mod system that's being updated. Gear collections. You can like see all the gear that you could collect, and then you can see what pieces you have, so you know what to go look for. There's a new Crucible mode coming, so there's just a lot that's being added to it. I'm very excited, mainly because of the bow. I'll buy the $40 expansion for the bow alone. Yeah, pretty much. So that's what I am going to be doing. But anyway, you can read the rest of that. I've got all my information off of IGN, so feel free to go read on that. Did Brody just walk in?
He did.
Is he set up, or is he going to sit out?
He's not.
He's not.
He's getting changed.
Okay, all right. We'll let him. He's gonna be in for our E3 predictions, so we'll get there. Steven, what are your thoughts on the Destiny 2 expansion so far? From what you've seen and heard, are you interested?
I don't know how I feel about a bow being included in the game, because it seems kind of weird. I am more interested with modes like Escalation Protocol that already came out with the previous DLC, but it's just one of those things that, like, I don't know if I'm sold yet. If I could get a Taken King like deal where I could get the game and all the DLC back,
they
for
already
like
have announced
$60.
that's coming.
Yeah, I might do it. I might if I can get, if it can be me and one other person at least to dive back in with all the content, I might do it.
I'm right here, Steven. I've been waiting to dive back in, but you all sold the game.
Tell you what, Jake. I will get Destiny 2. I'll get back into it if you buy the Division and play it with me while I get hyped for Division 2. So that's me paying $60 probably against you paying like 10.
Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe we'll strike a deal. We'll strike a deal later.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. So the next big bit of news, Sony has been doing these daily previews, basically leading up to their big conference on Monday. So they started this yesterday, Wednesday. I guess Wednesday. Yeah, just Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
The first announcement that they did was Tetris.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tetris, baby! It's Tetris, guys. It's Tetris.
It's VR Tetris, which is interesting, or I guess more interesting, but...
I will say, for Tetris, it looks cool. It's smart to make it VR. It looks like it'll be fun. It'll be trippy. It might have some cool music. But to make that your first pre-3 announcement is like, guys, you shouldn't care about any of these other announcements.
And I knew going into this because last year they did something similar to this, but I'm pretty sure it was just like the day before they did probably an hour or two stream where they announced a bunch of smaller things. They didn't do this one quote unquote big announcement a day leading up to. So I don't know. It looked really good. The VR makes it interesting, and Tetris is a fun game. I mean, it's one of the oldest games out there. And it is a classic. It's fun. I agree with you though. Like for the first thing to announce for E3, even in like a pre-show, like smaller titles, but whatever, they could have done something better. Now
I guess it attracts the casuals, but it's just like you're trying to get me.
I don't even think it attracts the casuals because.
I don't know.
VR is such a big like setup, and it can be played without VR, but I don't know.
Yeah,
just crazy. Sorry. Thursday, they announced the release date for Days Gone, which is now February 22nd. So looks good. They showed some new gameplay. The gameplay didn't look bad, but I don't know. There was something about it that made me just kind of like, this looks off. Like, and I don't know if it's because it was actual gameplay and it wasn't like, I don't know, cinematic gameplay. But I don't know. Did you watch anything from that today, Steven?
I've been very limited on what I've looked at for Days Gone. Just because it's one of those games that's far enough down the pipeline that I'm not going to look at it yet, because it's like either I'm going to get really hyped on it or I'm going to just not care.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I can't decide if I want to get it or not. It sounds interesting. The more I look into it, I'm curious about it.
I'm probably gonna get it because it's another single player game. Zombies are interesting if you do them right.
And they have such huge waves of zombies in this, and there's a lot of like factions. Like last year at E3, they showed us a mission where you're trying to rescue this guy from kind of an enemy faction. They're not necessarily zombies, but they kind of showed how you could take out their base. Like you could lure the zombies there to let the zombies do it. And stuff like that. They showed off a new faction that you would be fighting here called the RIP group or something like that. And they're almost worshiping the freakers is what they call the zombies. And they're like cutting themselves. It's a very weird group. So anyway, I don't know. I'm interested. I think February is a great date for it though. I think there's a lot of people who are up in the air on this game, and that January, February months are usually pretty slow, so this is the perfect time for them to drop that in.
Yeah, it gives it time to be on its own and not have to stand up against something else.
Exactly. The only thing I wish they would have dropped it in January, because I think that would give it even more time on its own to have breathing room. But I digress. So anyway, the only other news that I have is that today, Thursday, Paladins is coming to Switch, which is crazy because Overwatch is not anywhere close to coming to the Switch. So Paladins, in case you don't know what that is, it's basically a poor man's Overwatch. And so Brody and Miles have said it's fine, but it's like if you had Overwatch, why would you play Paladins? Well, on the Switch, you don't have Overwatch, so Paladins.
But it's funny because that's what they said about Fortnite at first when it came out. Why play Fortnite when you have PUBG? And now look where we are.
Yep. And it's because Fortnite made itself available. And not that Overwatch isn't available, because you can play it on Xbox and PlayStation, but I'm just saying a lot of people have Switches. I don't know.
And Fortnite got so big on PlayStation because it was the only PlayStation VR. So it's it could find its own on Switch, and I hope it does, because Friendly Fire Games, our friend channel,
we have lots of friend channels.
We do. My brother's channel, Friendly Fire Games, let's say that. They play Paladins, and he's got nothing but good things to say about it. He said it's like Overwatch, but fun. And I was like, bruh, did you have a bad experience with Overwatch? But he really likes it.
I was about to say, oh, huh, interesting. Well, we're going to be playing that. We're going to be streaming that Saturday with them, so we'll get a chance to do it. Not on Switch, of course, but we're going to get a chance to try it. So if I enjoy it Saturday, I might get it for Switch. Well, I mean, it's free, so I may get it on Switch anyways. But anyway, that's all the news. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to grab Brody. We're going to get him in, and then we're going to talk all about E3 predictions, and we're going to get the show rolling. Let's start. We're going to talk about our E3 predictions. We're going to go through each conference, and we're just going to list out kind of what we think is going to happen or what we think they're going to talk about. I'll have a little indicator right here to let you know what conference we're talking about specifically if you want to speed through and find the conference that you really care about. But anyway, let's open the floor. We're going to start first with our first stream, which would be EA. So EA, Evil Corporation 101. What do we think they're going to announce at E3?
But you're going to give them a good name.
Yeah.
Like Evil Association or something.
Oh, Evil Association.
Ooh, that's even better. Anyway, everybody hates EA. I don't know why, but yeah, sports games. Sports games.
I think we'll probably get a package of sports games like we always do every year.
Probably a new FIFA.
Do you think we'll get a cool Jesse Wellens?
I was about to say I hope Jesse Wellens comes out to get a second chance and then whiffs it again. But probably something about Need for Speed, maybe. I feel like they do that every year, but they probably don't. Star Wars, for sure, is going to get mentioned.
Battlefront.
Here's my thing. We know Battlefront is getting a update, I think, on Tuesday for Solo.
Okay, yeah.
So it's between two things for me, and I have a preference on this. One, they talk about the Battlefront 2 stuff, and they're like, hey, we suck. We have sucked. Let's fix it. But my thing is, what else can they do to fix it? DLC's free. They can't offer anything else. So what I think they're going to do is I think Battlefront is going to get a slight mention, but then they're going to unveil their single-player Star Wars game that they've been working on. Because that's honestly the smartest thing they can do with the Star Wars license right now, is not show us more multiplayer crap that they'll just riddle with microtransactions and loot boxes.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting that Respawn, we finally get to see their game.
Okay. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I feel like you're right. They'll probably mention it. They'll maybe show a trailer or something for the new Solo content coming on Tuesday. And then, the smartest move would be to move on to a new Star Wars game or something. Yeah,
talk about Battlefront 2 as little as possible because people are done with your crap, EA. They don't buy it.
Gosh. Wow. Okay. So we talked about sports ball, Star Wars. Brody, you have a game at EA that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I hope all of us are looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, but you're
A Way Out 2.
Oh, God.
Actually, Steven, that's something on my dream list, so we'll get there in a second. Anthem, Brody, what do you think they're going to show?
Joseph Ferris already said he's doing something.
They're making another game.
What do I think they're going to show? I hope they show gameplay.
Mm-hmm. I think they'll show
Because they have a trailer
gameplay,
coming out Saturday?
Yeah, Saturdays. It should be Saturday.
If it's Saturday, that could be at the conference.
What we'll probably get, if I had to guess, for Anthem, we know they've got some kind of deal with Microsoft.
Right.
So if we get Anthem gameplay, it'll probably be at Microsoft's press.
Yeah.
So maybe they show the trailer at their conference and then let Xbox show some gameplay.
Because there was a 5-second snippet they put out like Monday or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looked kind of like a raid, like the beginning of a raid.
Yeah,
or something.
It did.
So
Didn't you say that players shared the cut screens?
It looked like it, and if that's true, that every time me and Steven played Destiny together, like the coolest parts were like when the team dropped in together.
Right.
Like,
but it was so annoying that like whenever you went to a cutscene, it just kicked everybody out.
Like the coolest thing in Destiny 1 was whenever you do Prisoner of Elders and you'd all drop in 1, 2, 3 and it would do a circle of all of you and you're just there loading your guns and it was like, heck yes, we're all here. We're included. And if they do that with Anthem, that's such a small thing, but it'd be
good
cool.
Thing.
It's a good thing.
And you can fly in this game, so I mean.
And you can fly.
Yeah.
And we've seen capes, right? In some screenshots, Brody, you said?
Yeah, it looked like there was one that had a cape on. And then
exciting.
It looks like one's kind of like a speedster. Or like, I don't know. I don't know which one I'm going to play.
Last I heard, javelins, they're called javelins, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Javelins are separated by weight class. So you're going to have your light, your medium, and your heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably just going to be a medium class because I imagine they'll be the most balanced. But I imagine
I can do light and like whatever the magic javelin is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yes.
Pacha meme.
So are we going to get a release date or a release window from this?
Probably not. I think still 2019.
I think we'll probably get maybe a window, no date, unless if they're really going to surprise us, but I don't see that happening. I just hope that, and I'll mention this probably more during Ubisoft, I really hope Division and Anthem don't try to compete with each other because they will swallow each other whole. They need they need to release at separate parts of the year so that both are given a chance to actually succeed.
Gotcha. Okay, what about Battlefield 5?
Gameplay. That's it.
We're gonna see
we'll
gameplay.
get to see more of mech. What was it? Bionic Woman.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that trailer at all.
That trailer sucked.
It was really hectic.
It was hectic.
I didn't know what I didn't know what the hell was going on the entire time.
It was like Welcome to World War II as presented by Michael Bay. We already got that with Pearl Harbor, and it was not good the first time.
Like someone fell down and then like picked up a minigun and just like hip fired at a plane and it blew up.
Yeah.
And, I was like,
and whenever it was in the first person, the person just kept proning everywhere. Whenever enemies showed up, they'd just be like, "Oh, down, okay, up, oh, more," and it was just like, this doesn't look fun.
It looked really weird.
It looked weird.
Really scripted.
So you guys are hoping we'll see some gameplay that might make more sense.
Almost certain we'll see gameplay. I want to see. I want to see why I should get this game. They've mentioned a co-op mode. Show me the co-op mode. I would like to see that. I want to see what separates this from Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty World War II. I just need a reason to buy it. It's a game that exists in a world where there are many games like it. So that's what they need to show me.
All right. Well, let's. I want to transition into like, what's your dream scenario? Like, what's a dream thing from EA? Which there's not a whole lot, but I want to see a way out too.
They can't though. Well,
dream thing
from EA.
Yeah, I know EA from EA. That's hard, but I want to see the next Joseph Fares game and
Titanfall
see what
3.
he's working on next.
That's what I want to see is Titanfall 3.
Oh, okay.
But actually given a chance to succeed and not put out next to Battlefield and Call of Duty this time.
Oh my god.
Right.
Titanfall 2 was so good.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Such a good game, yeah.
You can get it for like $5 now.
It goes on sale so often. It's such a good game. But
I don't know.
Either Titanfall 3 or a Mass Effect surprise.
Okay.
But mainly, like, my big wish list thing is single-player Star Wars games.
People would roast so hard if they did another Mass Effect.
They would. They're not going to. BioWare's too busy with Anthem. But
yeah,
no, my wish list would be a close release date for Anthem, and the final product not being rushed. That's a big wish list. But mainly Star Wars single-player games.
Okay.
I've been waiting for more current-gen Star Wars that's not just PvP nonsense. I want it. Give me Star Wars 1313. Bring it back. Reveal it here. Let's go.
Let's go. Rhoda, you got any dream scenarios?
From EA, I don't. Besides Anthem, like, not really.
Just give me Anthem already. We're gonna pray for Anthem, early Anthem release.
My dream is that EA comes out and they says, "Hey, we're closing our doors. No more EA."
PlayStation's bought Anthem, and
PlayStation buys Anthem.
I'm still confused about that. Are they coming out at the same time, or is it launching first on Xbox?
It'll probably be same time with DLC.
Or
it could be like
how it is.
It could be like Destiny, where there's just exclusive content.
Dude, I mean, okay, so Destiny's exclusive content is supposed to come out on Xbox, but it takes like
years.
I think like the last bit of Destiny 1 DLC came out after Destiny 2.
Yes,
launched.
that's right.
But all that was just like guns that weren't even good.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm hoping that it's a Destiny situation where it's like, ooh, get this Hawk revolver only if you're on PlayStation. Cool. I don't care. Just give me the game.
No, they're gonna be like, here's this god mech that you get to wear.
Here's this.
I forgot what they're God javelin.
Here's this God support healer javelin that uses a bow as a primary weapon. Xbox only, bitch.
You know what I would do?
Jake,
you know what I would do?
What if?
I'd buy it on Xbox because I have one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess no. Never mind.
All right.
I was gonna say, what if they announced? What is that game called?
Yeah.
Scalebound again.
That's not EA. That's this
No,
next
it's not.
conference. Good segue, Brody. Microsoft. Let's talk about Microsoft. What do you guys think's going to happen?
New
in
car.
Microsoft?
New car.
New car, Jesse Wellens.
New car. Jesse Wellens in the car.
Jokes from Aisha Tyler.
No, it's Yubi.
That's UB.
Oh, sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
They will show a car,
That's on my
though.
list.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. No.
So,
that's also
Crackdown
Yubi.
3, it's already rumored that it's going to be delayed. Do you guys think we're going to
saw
see
that.
anything?
I saw a thing that said it's supposed to come out in February.
No, it's been delayed to
Twitter.
2019. Well, I guess that would be February, but
No, it's supposed to come out like February this year. They're gonna release it.
That's
after-
today.
February
No,
this year is already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
thi-
released the game in the past.
I think Microsoft is going to have a heavy showing from Anthem. I think we're going to get gameplay, probably a raid, like something akin to Division, where, well, actually they did that with Anthem too, didn't they? Where it sounded like the players were actually
I
playing
hope
the
we
game.
get to see Kim again, and that Kim gets that XP.
I think what needs to happen, I think Microsoft needs to come out and say, hey, these games are coming. Like Crackdown, not for a while. Here's what's coming soon. But for the love of God, no one's buying our console. No one buys our games. Help us. Because that's...
God. And then everybody was like hanging on for like State of Decay to be a big thing, and then
Yep.
it kind of just.
For their two big system seller exclusives to be pretty much complete flops. Microsoft needs a win. They need to show something cool that is a reason to get the console.
Yep.
And a reason to get it soon.
Yep.
They'll probably be.
What about
big on
Halo 6, Steven? Would that do it for you guys? I've heard some
that
rumors.
wouldn't do it for me at all.
No.
No, 343's Halo is not my Halo. Hashtag not my Halo.
What if they did an ODST too?
That would have my attention. I do love the ODSTs, but they already ruined everything and made Buck a Spartan. So
Do you think we're
Halo
going
is
to
gonna
hear
be there
any new
in some
announcements for Sea
capacity.
of Thieves, like next expansions or anything like that?
that maybe, but that game is kind of toxic.
That game could have been so much better, and I'm hoping that it will eventually be better with updates. But I don't know if they're going to talk about that
Did the new update
soon.
just add a big shark?
It was Kraken.
The new update was?
thought
No,
it was.
it was a giant shark. It was a megalodon,
Oh.
a demon megalodon.
Okay.
Did it need to be a demon?
Does it
A
also-
Megalodon's scary enough.
It looks like a demon. It's got like 4 eyes. It's got like 2 mouths.
Does it
or
also
something.
grief players for no damn reason?
I saw too that they added like a big horn or something on ships that
Oh.
you can talk to people from like far away and be like,
Yes.
gonna steal your stuff.
"Don't come over here."
Yeah, there's all sorts of things that have changed. Like the players have developed. You can add. There are flags now. Players have developed a system of like, hey, if you're gonna attack me, like here's a parlay flag. Just approach me calmly. I'll
freaking
give
good
you half
that'll
my
do.
stuff. That's what I've been told. I've been told that there's this whole new update that people are starting to play this way because it's exhausting to have to chase each other and kill each other. So. Which we don't need to get off on that tangent. I just wanted to know if you thought there would be any new updates on that.
I honestly don't know because the Sea of Thieves update just came out. I don't think they need to show any Sea of Thieves. Me talking about Microsoft, I'm so disconnected from Microsoft right now that it's really me saying not what I think will happen, but what I think should happen for their own sake. And I think they need to avoid Sea of Thieves.
Well, then let's talk about dream scenario for Xbox. I want them to announce Scalebound.
Yeah,
Oh my
Scalebound.
gosh.
Yeah.
I want Scalebound to come back. That's my dream scenario.
Dream scenario for Xbox. They come out and they say, "Hey, in light of the news of EA closing their doors, we are also closing our doors." No, I think a new Halo would do them good. I told Wild Stow, one of our subs, hey, if you're watching, that we would talk about Halo. So I just want to be sure that I mention that. Halo. There you go. There's your plug. I think that a new Halo game, a new mainline Halo game, is something they very much need. They need to do it right. I've heard rumors that there's going to be a Halo Battle Royale, which makes me laugh. Which means they're already off to a horrible start.
Right.
But
what about Gears of War? I know there's some rumor about the guy who plays Drax wanting to be in a Gear of War.
Dave Bautista, yeah. He would be perfect as Marcus Phoenix. Unrelated.
Yeah, when I sent that text, I was like, I could definitely see Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix.
Anyway. Yeah,
I didn't have fun with Gears after 3.
Yeah, the thing is, no one really cares about Gears anymore.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Okay, what about this? What What if we saw Cuphead 2?
Saw what?
Cuphead 2.
Cuphead 2? No chance. But that would be cool.
No chance?
Be into it.
I mean, you know how long that game took them? Like a concept, maybe.
I know.
An announcement?
I know it took them so long, but that was probably the most successful thing that Xbox did this past year.
Oh, absolutely.
It won so many awards. I don't know that it sold as many copies as they would have hoped, but it was by far one of their better products that they did. I would be shocked if they didn't dump a ton of money into the two guys that made it and said, look, do what you got to do, get the next game out as fast as you can. I think it's possible we could see something.
I think maybe just a screen that says like Cuphead in development.
Yeah.
I think we could see like a 15-second thing that's like, even if it's like a cinematic that's just Cuphead again, or even the devil like resurrecting or something. I don't know. Re-erecting.
I think that, Microsoft normally does an indie showcase. I think that there's a good chance that Cuphead could be mentioned. And that's good favor to build, because them showing, hey, the only game you guys liked last year, we've got another one coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Such a good game. Loved it. Pissed that I killed the devil by a glitch, but whatever.
No, you beat King Dice by a glitch.
King Dice by the glitch.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
We beat the devil through hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. So we earned the devil fight. But anyway, anything else from Microsoft? We'll probably get a car commercial. Real talk, I do think they'll talk about their accessibility device that they got.
Control thing.
Fable.
Oh, I did see that Fable 4 is in
development. There's a game in development by the Forza Horizon developer, and I think it's rumored to be Fable, which is a really weird fit.
That could be big.
With cars.
that would honestly be a saving grace for them, to be like, hey, here's Fable, and here's doing it right.
Peter Molyneux back on?
God, no. He's toxic. I think that a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about Fable, and on its own right, if they were like, oh, Fable 3 remastered, that would be awful. Like when you mention Fable, people are like, oh yeah, Fable. Those games aren't good, but I like them. I'd love to see a new one. And so if they announced a new Fable, had some, like, this is what we're going to be able to do in the new Fable, have Peter Molyneux stay as far away from it as possible.
It could be big.
Then it could be big. It could be real big.
That's a good one. I hadn't thought about that. That could be a game changer for me.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Bethesda. What are we going to see, guys? Obviously, Fallout 76. Probably we'll see gameplay, or at least a full thing of that.
Yeah, I think there's been rumors of a new Elder Scrolls.
I mean, this is typically, as history shows, this should be the year that they announce a new Elder Scrolls, and it should be coming out fairly soon, like within the year.
2010 was when they showed it at E3.
Yeah,
because it came out 11. It
was 11, yeah.
I hope.
It must have been 2010.
Sorry, I hope they do what they did with Fallout 4, and they're just like, hey, Elder Scrolls 6. Here, it's out in a month. Like, here you go. No one knew about it. Yeah. Here it is.
There's no way.
That's what they did with Fallout. That's almost exactly what they did with Fallout.
We'd heard about it by now.
No, nobody had heard about Fallout 4 either.
they had a week before E3 because the trailer dropped. We knew that it was coming. I just think that like dropping it day of, like it kind of worked how Fallout 76 did.
No, I don't think I don't think they're going to be like, here we are at E3, Elder Scrolls 6 is out tomorrow. I think it could be like, here's Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever. In 2 months, it'll be out. Like, that's what I'm expecting.
I think that Fallout, like a new Fallout game in Fallout 76, is going to be their driving force, where if at most they may mention Elder Scrolls 6 with a subtext that says where it's going to take place.
Really?
And that's all we hear about for a year. Yeah.
I think the exact opposite. I think we'll see a gameplay trailer of 76, and then they'll spend 20 minutes talking about the new Elder Scrolls.
I think middle. I think they're going to announce it, but say it's for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I will concede that maybe it won't come out for another year or two, but I think they're going to spend a lot of time on it. Or at the very least, they're going to announce it and show some stuff.
I think between Rage 2, a new Fallout, possibly Starfield, still holding on to hope that Starfield exists, I just don't think that there's a place for a new Elder Scrolls just yet. I don't think they're going to pull out all their stops this year.
Really?
Because Bethesda's one that doesn't really do more than one huge thing every year.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't think Rage 2 is that big.
I think Fallout 76 is that big.
No.
You guys know what I think's coming out?
Or Starfield. What?
Brink 2.
Brink 2, baby! Yes! That game exists. So let's all sit in for a moment and remember that game exists.
I think I bought it and played it once.
I played it a lot.
Really?
Just to get the hooded character, because I was like, cool, I look cool now. And then I realized in the first game that I played after that, I was like, this game was never fun.
So, Steven, do you really think Fallout 76 is going to be a big thing?
I think that it's not as big as Fallout 4.
Right.
But I think it's big enough. Like, it's about as big as Doom 2016 was when they rolled it out at E3 of the year they did. Where it's big enough to where they're going to show a lot, and it's probably going to be a game that's coming out sooner than you think.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think... I don't see them pulling a Fallout 4 where they're like, oh, here's Fallout 76, that game that we've been hyping you up for a week with. But let's talk about this new thing entirely. Holy crap, Elder Scrolls 6. Let's talk about it for 20 minutes.
Really? See, because I think they announced Fallout 76 a week early to get it kind of out of the way. Like, people know about it. They're going to be looking forward to that. And then we're going to drop the Elder Scrolls 6 bomb on them at E3. And that's going to be our mic drop moment.
The thing that makes me think that's not the case is that that's their same strategy they did with Fallout 4, which was their huge mic drop moment, was they announced it a week early, got everyone hyped, then talked about it a lot. But I think they could mention it, but I think that it's still a far-fetched to say that, and again, I'm going to put a disclaimer here, I'm notoriously bad at predicting what Bethesda does. Every single year, I'm wrong. Except for the year that they didn't have anything. I was right that year. Yeah, but I think that Elder Scrolls maybe, but a lot of rumors are pointing to Starfield, which is a sci-fi RPG that they've been talking about for a while, hinting at for a while. And honestly, that's my preference, because I want to see Bethesda branch out to where when you hear Bethesda's having an E3, I want to be able to say more than, oh, cool, I hope a new Fallout, or, oh, I hope a new Skyrim.
Right.
I said that wrong on purpose.
Yeah, no, you did.
I was mocking people.
Well, what do you think about, do you think they're going to announce a new IP?
Yeah, Starfield.
That's completely new?
Mm-hmm. As far as I know, I know a little bit about it, and I've heard people's justification for why they think it could be coming. But a sci-fi RPG that maybe takes place in space or has space travel, stuff like that, could be cool.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see Bethesda do a third big thing that they're known for. Because right now, let's be honest, Bethesda, they're great, but take away Skyrim, I almost did it unintentionally that time. Take away Elder Scrolls and Fallout from them, what are they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've also got Dishonored, which I don't think we're going to see anything of. They've been doing a lot more with mobile. Fallout Shelter has been pretty successful for them on mobile platforms. There's some rumors that there might be a Fallout Shelter 2 or like some big update to that. So I don't know. They could be interesting. Are either of you guys excited about Rage 2?
I am.
Really? Okay.
I'm very excited because it looks nothing like my experience with the first Rage. Because the first Rage was like, oh, you're in a wasteland. Oh, John Goodman's here for some reason. Okay, give me a glaive. Cool. That's it. That was my experience with the game. Completely uninteresting. It felt like Fallout Light.
Gotcha.
But this looks like they're taking a page from Borderlands, and they're making a Bethesda Borderlands, which could be awesome. So I'm excited.
Single player?
Is it only single player?
I don't know. I thought it was. The first one was only.
The first one was single player. Do we know if this one's co-op at all?
I don't have any confirmation on that. From what I've seen, it looked multiplayer, but I would be shocked if it wasn't. But
either way, Rage is probably the thing I'm most excited to see more from Bethesda.
Crazy. I'm more excited about Fallout 76 than I am Rage, but I'm even more excited about the next Elder Scrolls. So we'll see. All right, let's move on to Square Enix. Squeenix. I'm just gonna go ahead and
Kingdom
get this out of
Hearts
the way.
delayed to 2022.
No, you shut your damn mouth. Kingdom Hearts will get a release date. I hope they come out and say. I hope it's the last thing they do. I hope they show some new gameplay, maybe a new world. I'd love to see the Baymax world, my Big Hero 6 world. That would be a great one. Probably it's going to be Frozen though. I would bet it's probably going to be Frozen. Anyway, they're going to show a new world, possibly Frozen, and they're going to announce the release date at the end of that trailer, and that's going to be how they drop it. I hope that the release date is like August.
I hope what they do is they do Let It Go, by Elsa, but instead of Elsa, it's Goofy. And then he starts singing Let It Go, and then it shows up on the screen, Kingdom Hearts is never coming, as he's singing Let It Go.
That would be funny.
Yeah, it would be really funny. You would die. But
I would die. I would die.
Yeah.
But no,
But
that's
then
what
he's like, "Just
I
kidding,
think
check on
that's
your
their
chair."
mic drop moment, end of the conference.
Nothing. It was worth a shot.
I think it's their end of the
Yeah.
conference moment. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, are they not going to talk about Kingdom Hearts? Are they not going to talk about Kingdom Hearts? Here it is. Boom, done, August.
I think so.
And I would say July, but I think August is more likely.
I don't know. Like to me,
is
September. Yeah.
September 7th.
Could be September. Could be September. I mean, that would be the greatest gift from the universe ever. But
I think that. I mean, is it fair to say that Kingdom Hearts is arguably bigger in Japan than it is here?
Probably.
So when it comes to games like that and Super Smash Bros, stuff like that are from a more Japanese company, like I have a hard time guessing release dates because I've tried to figure out like, well, how does the market look over there? What would do well for them? So I don't know. I honestly don't know for a release date for Kingdom Hearts.
They've said 2018, so that only gives us a couple months to work with. If it's not, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that they are close to done, and that it's close to going gold, and they've just kept the release date under wraps to announce it at E3.
I'm gonna say November.
I was just about to say November would be my next realistic date.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the last month you can really get into like Black Friday sales, and people are going to be buying stuff for Christmas. Like November is kind of the sweet spot to get. I mean, that's when we're getting Hitman 2, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm sure there's going to be a crap ton of announcements of release dates in November. I am just hoping it's August or September so that I can get my hands on it sooner. But that's my dream scenario with Kingdom Hearts. But anyway, Brody, what do you think? You're the other Kingdom Hearts nerd here.
I could see a November date. If not, probably like May or June next year. Maybe.
Next year?
I mean,
His eyes.
Yeah, next year.
See, I think November at the latest.
Or probably like March or May.
That would be hard to swallow. That would be a hard pill to swallow, because we've heard 2018 twice now as a hard date, and they could have.
Goofy's voice actor also said 2016. So.
Well, this is true. This is true, but I don't know. I would be devastated if they pushed it back another year, especially after how much stuff we've heard, like 2018. That's the year. So I don't know. That would be a devastating blow, but I hope we just get a release date and it's November at the latest. But anyway, what about Shadow of the Tomb Raider? We'll probably see some stuff from that.
Get some gameplay, a release date.
Yeah. Well, I think we already have a release date. I'm pretty sure it's in September. Yeah, it is September 14th.
That's right. Yeah.
So
we'll
maybe
get a
some
gameplay package, a trailer, stuff like that.
The last time
usual.
Square had a conference, they announced Just Cause 3. And showed some gameplay. It's possible they may show Just Cause 4.
The real reason I'm excited about Square is the rumored Ultimate Alliance reimagine from Marvel.
The Avengers, yeah.
The Avengers project, yeah. It's been rumored this week that it's a reimagining of the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series, in that it's Ultimate Alliance just because it's a large cast of Marvel characters, but it's going to play like a third-person mixture of Uncharted and Infamous type game, which sounds incredible. I want a release date and gameplay for that.
Yeah, I feel like they have to show something for that game.
Right.
I was listening to a podcast this week. I think it was kind of funny, and one of them was saying that they thought this rumor was BS, was that it wasn't true. And I cannot remember for the life of me why they thought it was fake.
It sounds fake because it just sounds like the easy answer.
Yeah, I think what's hurting me is the Ultimate Alliance. I don't want the top-down 4 people that you switch between kind of gameplay.
And
I want it to be more like you said, Infamous and Last of Us type of thing. I think also in that rumor they talked about some terrible event has happened. The Avengers have been split up, and they're trying to get back to each other. And like you're going to play as Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and you're going to kind of follow their perspectives or something like that. That's some other rumors I've heard. But yeah, I think you're right. We're going to hear and see something from that game, hopefully. The other big thing, Final Fantasy VII Remake. We heard about that, I think it was 2 years ago at Sony's conference.
It's 3.
Was it 3 years ago?
It's 3 years ago.
So hopefully we'll hear some more from that. I don't think we've heard anything really new.
We won't.
I think we'll maybe get we're still working on it.
Yeah. That's what I expect. I expect them to be like, hey, we're still working on it. Here's some new gameplay. It'll be out in 2020 or something like that. It's kind of what I expect if we see anything.
That's really hopeful, though.
It is.
2020?
I heard they were hiring for some very early development positions. So
maybe 2024.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm just trying here.
It's going to be the next Final Fantasy 15.
Brody, you know about Steven, do you know about Octopath Traveler?
No.
It's a Square game that's being made for the Switch. It's very Final Fantasy-like. A lot of people thought it was going to end up being a Final Fantasy game on Switch. But it's supposed to be coming out this year. It's possible they may show and talk about this. I
think Nintendo's going to keep that for them.
Well, I think Nintendo will talk about it too. But I think a lot like Anthem and EA and Microsoft share that. I feel like Square is going to want a piece of that cake since they're making the game.
And Nintendo, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nintendo usually, when it comes to their E3 showcase, keeps it fairly close to the chest, where it's mostly just Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we had anything about Octopath Traveler in Nintendo's. So I kind of feel like I think Square would want to say, hey, we're making a game for the Switch. Like, hey, all you Switch fans, come look at this thing we're making, because the Switch is still hot, and people like knowing that stuff's going to it.
Switch is hot, sexy.
What'd you say?
It's hot and sexy.
It's hot and sexy.
Wow.
The Switch.
Yeah, it is. It's hot and sexy. Okay, anything else for Square? Brody, you got any predictions?
No. Final Fantasy VII Remake was on my list, but
Good luck.
Good luck. We'll see what we see. Okay, let's jump to Sony. I know we're going to have lots of feelings about Sony.
Sony?
Sony.
I have a couple. I have a lot. Do you just want me to go over my predictions right now?
Let me say first, we know we're going to see Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man. That's what they've told us. They've already come out and said these are the 4 things we're going to show. So, what?
Did you say Ghost of Toshiba?
I said Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not how you say it?
Toshiba.
Not Toshiba. That's the printer. Toshima. All right. What?
I hope they just do that.
Go ahead.
It's like
It's a printer samurai.
it's a Ghost of Tsushima, but like it's just a printer.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Predictions?
Predictions.
I have Ghost of Tsushima. I just want to see gameplay of it.
Yeah, I think we'll see a full gameplay demo of it.
So.
I think
Honestly,
they're
I
going to have
think
a lot to show.
that might be how they open the show.
That would be a
hope
great
so,
open.
Dude. I would.
That would be a great open because it's probably still another year or so out. Like it may be 2019.
I would love it if they did an opening akin to what they've done the past few years with era type music to what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And if they did like Japanese,
Ooh, like the orchestra, like they did with
Yes.
God
Yeah.
of War.
yes,
I'm fully
that would-
expecting that.
Yes.
Oh, dude. I'll go into a coma. I won't be able to get out of my chair. I have Monster Hunter World Ultimate. I want them to add G rank and a bunch of other new monsters.
We need to play that game again.
We do.
That's the one that's coming to Switch.
No.
No.
That's Gen, Monster Hunter Gen, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so wait, say that again. What did you just say they're going to talk about?
Monster Hunter World Ultimate. I want them to talk about that. I just want them to announce it.
Are you talking about Monster Hunter World? Is there also an Ultimate? Is that a separate thing? What am I? I'm confused.
Usually Monster Hunter games launch in Japan.
Uh-huh.
And then a year later they come out with the Ultimate Edition, and that's what usually launches in Japan and the US.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ultimate versions always come with G rank, which is like there's low rank, high rank, then G rank, and G rank adds like new variations of monsters, newer monsters, old monsters that have new variations, have new move sets and stuff. There's new armors, more story. So I hope that they just do that.
So this would be like a collector's edition type of thing, or like a complete edition of Monster Hunter World, but with new stuff.
Yes.
Interesting.
And they could. Would you expect it to be a retail purchase or like a?
It's
upgrade?
always like I don't know. I don't know if they'll change it up since it's on
I
PlayStation.
figure since
now.
it's mainline, they could do that as like
a DLC.
A DLC.
yeah.
I would hope that they would do it as a DLC because usually, it's like you have to buy a new full price game with the Ultimate Edition. But it didn't matter in the US because Ultimate Editions were the only ones that came out.
right.
What else do I have?
Yeah, what you got,
Persona
Brody?
6.
It seems a little early for Persona 6.
It does, but I just want them to say, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Bloodborne 2 / whatever the hell FromSoft is working on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've got to do Bloodborne 2. That game did so well.
I feel like they do, but I also wouldn't care if they just came out with a new IP.
I am more. I hope it's Bloodborne 2, just because I know how much Brody loves that game. But I am more in the ballpark of it's going to be something completely new.
I'm going to stream whatever the fuck it is.
I figured Brody would. Did you have anything else, Brody, that you just thought for
I
sure?
have one thing that's it's just a want. It's not even like a series or
Your
anything.
dream. Your dream.
A magic / fantasy based battle royale.
Okay, interesting.
So kind of like what they are doing with Realm Royale, but
Kind of,
not
but like
suck.
more magic. And
Yeah.
like if they used like the Final Fantasy 15 engine. Oh my god, dude, that'd be so cool.
I would play the crap out of that.
that sounds
That would
good.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Brody,
But
you're
like with powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Brody, you're a lot more hopeful for like other announcements. My realistic expectations of this is I think they're gonna. I think you're right, Steven. I think they might start with Ghost of Tsushima. I think they may. Then they might move to. I'm trying to think. They might then jump to Spider-Man or Last of Us, and then I think Death Stranding, or Stranding.
Stranding.
Death Stranding.
What is it?
Stranding.
Stranding.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. It sounded weird when I said it. So I think they're going to end with that, and they're going to show gameplay, and we're all going to be really
And then
confused.
Just a baby giving a thumbs up.
They're going to bring the actual baby out on stage. They're going to have trained a baby to...
Oh my God.
Possibly, yeah.
What's his name
But
that's playing Sam?
I think they're going to talk about
yeah,
those
he just
four.
goes out on stage and gives birth.
He has a colonoscopy live on stage, and they've got a baby. Oh, God.
Wow.
Gross.
I think they're going to, realistically, I think they're going to talk about those four, and then that's it. And then we're done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I hope
what?
that's not what it is, but that's what I think realistically.
You
just
think that's
because
going to be Sony's whole conference?
Do
4
what?
games?
Yeah. Well, the only reason I say that is because never before have they come out and said, like in a tweet, hey guys, we're going to try something new this year. Here are the 4 games we're going to talk about at E3. We'll see you at our conference or something. And that they literally said it like that.
There's got to be more than just 4.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But they've never said it that way before. So I am kind of expecting them to be like, here's the big 4. See you next year. Like,
They may be doing it different than last year because there's like Paris games, PlayStation Experience, and stuff.
What they could also be doing is these pre-3 announcements that we're doing could be part of what their slot would have been with the show.
Yes.
And we could be getting an extended Fallout 4 style sequence with Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2.
I think, yes, exactly. I think those 4 games are going to take up a lot of time each. And yes, I agree also with you, Steven. I think that the smaller titles that would have been filler in the normal conference are going to be in that pre-show. Now, my wish list is I wish they would announce Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I put down your new From Software IP, Brody. And then I also talked about maybe doing some kind of Sony remaster like the Sir Daniel thing or whatever it's called, Medieval, that they're working on. But I now wonder if those are going to be what they announce in the coming days with their pre-3 announcements.
Right.
But I feel like those would
the
be
Sir
pretty
Daniel
big.
thing will be. Yeah.
What if they just do Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow?
They're not. There's no way.
Wow.
They wouldn't waste their time on that if they're going to have the whole thing for the conference.
I'm just pissed that now I won't get 20 minutes of Tetris at the Sony press.
Oh, believe
just gonna
me,
say
I'd be
that
more
I'm
pissed if we were.
I'm so ready for Days Gone and Spider-Man to come out so that they stop using those at every single conference.
Yep.
It's like, I just want to see new stuff, but they keep using that shit over and over again.
Yeah, Spider-Man, as good of God of War is, I was sick of seeing it 2 years in a row. I mean, really, this past year at E3 and the year before that felt very similar for Sony's conference. They were both good, but it showed a lot of the same stuff.
I will say, in God of War's favor, it was at 2 E3s in a row. Mm-hmm. But it adapted. Well, it progressed from those E3s. Like at the first one, it looked kind of slow, and we didn't know what to think about it. But then, when they showed it at was it last year's E3? Yeah, like it had really come into its own, and like it sold itself on a lot of people like us who were like, I don't know.
Right.
So even though we have seen a lot of them, these games have progressed well, rather than just being the same thing shown over and over again. That's how I feel about Death Stranding. I feel like I've seen nothing but stuff that's supposed to make me think, wow, Kojima's so deep, when really he's just showing me a finger-banging baby.
Fuck.
With finger guns.
Oh.
Wow, that's not where I went either with that.
I was like, what the hell, dude?
I know.
Well, anywho.
I'm interested with Days Gone's, like, zombies. Because they, like, actually, like, reproduce and seem, like, sentient, I guess.
Yeah. I like how...
It's really weird.
I like how what I've seen shows them. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Like World War Z, how the zombies moved is like an entity.
A mass, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
What do you think we're going to see from Last of Us 2? Are we going to get another weird cinematic, or do you think we'll see gameplay?
Another trailer.
We're going to get another trailer that flows seamlessly into gameplay.
So you think we'll see gameplay?
I think so.
Interesting.
It's been 2 years? Because it was the Ellie trailer, and then it was the one last year with the girl that we don't know yet.
The buff lady, and then the dude with the two
PSX
Chinese
though,
kids. Yeah.
PSX, I think, was the ripped lady.
Yeah, it was PSX.
Well, I don't know then. We might get gameplay. We might get another trailer. I don't know. But that's one of those games that you don't really need gameplay.
Right,
No,
that's true.
I'm more interested
The
in the
thing with
story than the
me
gameplay.
is that when they first announced it, that Ellie trailer, Brody, that you're talking about, they said that this was something like way off. And I don't think 2 years was what they meant when they said way off. So
That's fair.
I still feel like this is a 2020 game, 2019 at the earliest. So I would be shocked if we saw gameplay, but I don't know.
Yeah. I did not know all that, so yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that's what people have been saying, like, oh man, Last of Us, it's going to be this year, it's going to be in 18 or whatever. I've just always gone back to how they introduced it, because he was very much like, we probably shouldn't show this, but we're going to anyway.
Right.
But like, let me tell you, it is a long way off. So I don't know. All right, anything else for Sony? That's probably one of the ones I'm looking most forward to.
Def.
So
Most staff.
most
Most
staff.
staff,
Most
dude.
staff. Probably. Honestly, I'm probably most excited about Ghost of Tsushima. So that's going to be really cool to see. All right, let's talk about Ubisoft. Steven, you're excited about Ubisoft. What are we going to see at Ubisoft?
We're going to see Division 2 confirmed.
I knew he was going to do there.
That was already confirmed.
Well, yeah, but they said see you at E3, so
Confirmed,
we know.
confirmed.
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 Confirmed for E3.
Visual confirmation.
What if they came out and they were like, we were lying?
It's actually Division
Someone
3.
just
You've already
walked
been playing Division 2. You just didn't know it.
So here's my thing. I don't know how far along they are with Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a little surprised if we got gameplay. Maybe a concept like they launched, like they did with the Division 1 reveal. But I think more of what we're going to get is a idea of what direction we're headed. Like, how is this game going to be different or similar to D1?
Gotcha.
And I don't think we're going to get a release window. Personally, I honestly hope that like I said earlier, Anthem and Division need to release on separate odds of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they release a few months apart, they are going to doom both of them. And so I think that one needs to be fall, one needs to be spring. I don't care which, honestly.
Maybe they'll like just get along with each other and be like, okay, I'm gonna release mine here and you'll release yours here.
Well, the thing is, like, neither
then
of them
they
have the
outsell each
right
other.
to think that they'll outsell the other because they're both shrouded in controversy. So it's like they need to work together to make sure they both succeed.
Right.
What if Microsoft or Sony comes out this year and they're like, what's up, we've enabled cross-platform gameplay.
That would not happen.
No, I doubt
But
it.
that would be cool. We could finally play with some of our
Tyler. We could play with Tyler. Who else plays on Xbox?
Jaeger's on Switch.
Cross-platform
with the Switch. No.
Well, you know, Paladins that just came out on Switch, it has cross-platform play, apparently.
I think Splinter Cell is going to be a big reveal, and I think we're going to get. I think Splinter Cell is further along than we think.
Jeremy Irons.
Michael Ironside?
Sorry. Who's Jeremy
I was going to say,
Irons?
Jeremy Irons, Alfred?
He's Alfred from the new DC movies.
Sorry, my bad. There you go.
But both have iron, I get it. But I think that they will show gameplay for that. I think it could come out this year, honestly. It
Wow.
could be a fall 2018 game. I just think that
With Jeremy Irons DLC.
no. I think that I think they've been working on it for a while. That's I guess all I'll say about Splinter Cell is that I think that with rolling out what they did with Ghost Recon, teasing him this year for a future mission, either they're being Blue Balls Entertainment, as Miles would say, and they're just going to do another Splinter Cell mission on Ghost Recon, which is unlikely, or they're gearing us up for another Sam Fisher adventure in a Splinter Cell game later this year.
Right.
That's I think a best case scenario. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep. What do you think we'll see from that?
Personally, I don't know, because Origins came out last year, and they were supposed to start taking 2 years per Assassin's Creed game. So if they're like, hey, we gave up on that, here's your pumped out year Assassin's Creed games again, that's going to disappoint me a little bit.
Yeah. I think they're going to show a trailer, maybe some gameplay. If it is gameplay, it'll be early gameplay, and then this will be something that comes out in 2019.
Be cool if we got another trailer with Wood Kid.
Oh, yes, those were the best. Or that one was the best, yeah. That game was awful, though. The trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Which game?
Revelations.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
trailer that they launched that with was Iron by Woodkid, and it was one of the best trailers of that. It was probably the best trailer of that year.
Yeah, it's a really
Those
good trailer.
Brother,
I bought that song
Brotherhood's
because of that trailer.
And Revelations trailer were
Amazing.
so good.
Yes. I think a trailer for Odyssey. We've seen what looked like in-engine of him like kicking someone off a cliff, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it'll be more than a cinematic trailer. Like
It'll be a gameplay trailer, but not
It would be,
with game.
it would be
like,
something like
gameplay moments, but not like here's a gameplay demo.
And honestly, we might get a gameplay demo. I don't know. People seem to think, switching gears here, people seem to think Watch Dogs 3 might be here. I don't care. Get Aiden Pierce in there and actually take the game seriously next time, and then I'll be interested. But
That would be awesome if they dropped a Watch Dogs 3. I don't think we're there yet.
I don't think so either. I don't really care if it's going to be more of Watch Dogs 2 and less of Watch Dogs 1. I cared so little about the story in 2. It was hard to play. I sold it twice. That's how bad it was. What else?
What about Beyond Good and Evil? Are we going to get a release date for that?
I always forget about it. I don't think a release date.
They've showed recently pre-alpha footage. We're not going to get a release date. We're going to get another trailer. Honestly, that's another game about that. I don't care about it. I have not been shown a reason to care. The only reason people are hype on it is because they said, like, it's another what was that game? Last Guardian. It's another Last Guardian situation where it was announced a long time ago and now it's back, and so it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that game. It's gonna be so good. Well, why is it gonna be so good? We don't know anything about it. We just know that it came back from the dead.
I mean, the pre-alpha stuff looks pretty cool because it's giant world ships that you're flying around. You can get out, walk on the ships.
Personally, though, I don't care for playing as a foul-mouthed Jamaican monkey.
Well, I don't think that's who
like
you're
a
playing. I think you have a couple people you could play as.
I didn't.
I just thought he was like British or something.
He was British, that's right. But I thought he had like a Rasta hat or something. I don't know. I don't care about these characters. I want, like, give me a reason to care about it. Bring me to understanding of what this game is about. Give me an idea of who I'll be playing as and why. Put a character creator in there, then you've sold me the game.
So do you think we might see gameplay?
No.
Not at all.
I don't think we will, because based on what we've seen in the pre-alpha stuff, that is not anywhere near ready for an E3 stage.
Well, but
Unless
how
they're
old
holding
is
out
that
on us.
pre-alpha stuff?
It's a couple months, if that.
I mean, they could have made some ground in a couple months.
Hey, if they did, more power to them, but I just don't see it happening. They've got enough other stuff.
Personally, I think showing another cinematic without any gameplay, even like captured and edited gameplay, that would seem kind of pointless to me. At this point,
like I said, we don't really know much about the game, so introduce more of the story with another trailer. We don't really need gameplay. We have the pre-alpha stuff for it. They're going to be interviewing people after the showcase to talk more about what the game is. And that's the thing, is they haven't really established what the game is to my knowledge, or at least it hasn't to me. So I don't care about seeing gameplay yet because I don't know why I should be excited for gameplay for it, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. Well, and then we know we'll probably see something from Just Dance.
Sam Fisher coming out, doing Just Dance. Jeremy Irons as Sam Fisher. Doing a dance with Jason Derulo. One thing I will predict for you is that Aisha Tyler's going to be there, and she's going to make me want to blow my brains out every single time she opens her mouth, because she does every year.
Oh, come on now.
She sucks.
What about Skull and Bones? Are we gonna get a release date for that?
Forgot about it.
Forgot about it. Yeah. Who cares?
Sure.
Yeah, that game,
Yeah.
as poorly as For Honor did, I really thought they would have canceled this game because it's basically For Honor on the water. And
For Honor's actually been picking up.
For Honor's problem was its servers, but it's been getting like that seems to be Ubisoft's play lately.
Yeah, like Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Was
Division.
shipped at launch, and
Division
then
did that too,
everybody's
yeah.
like, "It's awesome now, get it." And the same thing's happening with For Honor. Like,
Yeah.
I think the concurrent player base is actually going up now.
Yeah, they had with Rainbow Six. I don't remember what the problem was with that at first, but that game is adored now. For Honor had server issues. People are playing it now, though. Division was the most streamed game for like a month when it got its new update that fixed a lot of the in-game stuff.
right.
So Ubisoft, as annoying as that can be for them to just release a game and then not fix it till later, they're at least listening. So there is a chance that Skull and Bones could be something, but honestly, I don't care.
If it's
And
just Assassin's Creed, like boat stuff, I don't really care.
yeah, same.
Well, speaking of For Honor, are we going to see any new updates or anything like that at E3?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe like a new character, like fighter or something.
Ubisoft usually, to my knowledge, and I'm running through my brain to see if this is true, they don't usually talk DLC at E3. So I don't think we'll get. Yeah, I don't think we'll get really any content updates mentioned.
Who did?
Okay. All right.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say who did Deep Down. That's Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
So probably
Which-
if that gets even shown,
If anyone, I don't care who, I don't care if it's Nintendo that talks about Dragon's Dogma 2. If it gets talked about, I will lose my mind.
just any fan. I really want like a good fantasy game.
Yes, a good co-op fantasy party-based game with classes that play off each other. Absolutely.
All right. Speaking of Nintendo, let's move on to that. Obviously, Smash. I think they've already come out and said it's going to be a 45-minute thing. I think probably 15 to 20 minutes could be Smash. Unveiling the roster, at least like the main roster, and then showing some gameplay. And a release date.
You don't think it's just going to be an extended trailer that shows like some confirmed characters, some gameplay in the mix, and then end with a surprise roster announcement?
Donkey. It just has a donkey and like the little like character approaching thing.
Yes, but he's Knack.
I think they'll open with some sort of cinematic that shows a bunch of the characters. Then I think we'll see gameplay that introduces the roster. So like we'll see some Mario gameplay, we'll see some Zelda gameplay, we'll see some Squid Kid Inkling gameplay, we'll see maybe some Zelda gameplay or whatever. We'll see each of the main core roster, and then at the very end, new challenger approaching, and we may see, I think, 2 or 3 like surprise roster people.
Right.
And then
Champions.
maybe Reggie or somebody comes out and talks about it for a minute and talks about some of the new gameplay changes or something. But that I expect them to spend a good chunk of time
His
on
ass
this.
trashed by Hungry Box again.
Huh?
Reggie will come out and get his ass trashed by Hungry Box again live.
I still laugh that Reggie came out and was like, "I'm gonna kick your ass" or something. It's like, what the fuck, Reggie?
Oh man.
I could see that. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Maybe not 3 characters, but 1 or 2 definitely.
Yeah, I just think 3 maybe if they wanted to really just blow it out of the water, but at least 1, yeah. Hopefully we'll hear about Fire Emblem again. Maybe get a release date or at least a release window.
Please.
Yes. You know, I had a thought earlier this week.
Yeah?
If Fire Emblem for the Switch ends up being like a Fire Emblem game, but with XCOM style character customization, where you can create your characters and have their classes, That is all I need. I can die after I beat it. I'm going to play it and just be like, all right, guys, I'm walking off to the sunset. You'll never see me again, but know I died happy.
That could be, hey, Steven, that could be our new XCOM stream.
That would be that would be our new XCOM, Jake.
You don't want a faceless blue-haired lord
I don't.
to play as?
I don't.
All right.
Two Cavaliers. Two Cavaliers.
Hopefully we'll hear Metroid Prime 4, some new news, maybe a full trailer instead of just a teaser.
It's gonna be funny if they show that like me and you freaked out last year, and Steven's gonna be like, "Cool, Metroid."
Oh, I heard. I know about Metroid. I play Samus on Smash sometimes.
Yeah.
That's basically.
You were like, "Samus, I love him."
Last year they talked about a Yoshi cardboard game. They may talk more about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did talk about it and they introduced some kind of Nintendo Labo connection.
I don't even remember that.
I don't think I actually watched last year's Nintendo.
Steven, you're
Me
a
and Jake
horrible
did.
person.
But
I hate
yes,
that you're the only
Jake-
one available to do this one.
I got updated by you guys live. I couldn't watch it last year, and you guys
yeah, you
told
were-
me everything that happened.
You weren't
yeah.
part of the channel yet.
No, yeah.
I guess that's true. Brody, do you think they're going to announce Fortnite officially during the E3?
I mean, I guess, since there was like a leak that showed paladins and stuff, and people have already like data mined like the Fortnite startup.
I mean, yeah, Fortnite is all
Thing.
but confirmed. I'm just curious if they're going to do it during the showcase or if it might be something that the
Fortnite's
Treehouse
having
Live does.
Maybe. Fortnite's having some kind of like competitive thing at E3. This like 50 like streamers versus 50 celebrities.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna have some kind of. They're not gonna have their own showcase, but I wonder if they're gonna do like some kind of announcement during that.
That
I
could
think
be possible.
that Nintendo has shown an impressive amount of self-awareness over the past few years that I remember watching them. So I think a mention of Fortnite would happen, to where they do like a segue between games, kind of like they did the puppets that one time. They actually did like a Robot Chicken style segue one year, I think. They could do something like that kind of shows that they listen to the fans, that they know what's popular, and they'll mention, hey, Fortnite's coming to the Switch, or something like that.
I heard the kids like Fortnite.
So I'm gonna come out live next year and beat Ninja at Fortnite.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Reggie walks out on stage. Ninja, I'm gonna kick your ass.
All right, let's transition into some Dreamland scenario from Nintendo.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
You go.
I'll go last.
Okay. Animal Crossing Switch.
Yes.
Please,
Hell yes. That
Nintendo.
was one of mine.
Please. So good. Dude, if they do that, I will literally cry. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I at least want, like, a new Zelda in development.
That's
confirmation thing.
There is a lot of rumors that could back up a new 2D Zelda. I mean, we already know that the Zelda team has been working on a new Zelda, which means they've been working on it for at least a year and a half or so now.
Yeah.
But also, and I forget his name, the Zelda guy, the main guy.
Link.
Yeah.
No, the developer.
Why can I not remember his name?
I can't remember his name.
I can see his face, but I can't remember
I can
his
too.
name. It
Anyway,
starts
I can't
with
remember
an
his
A.
name. He talked about how they don't want to lose 2D Zeldas. They still think those are important. So it's possible we could see a new something from that.
Annoy me. And then Pokemon 2019 Gen 8. I just want to see it. I'm
Yeah.
not expecting like.
I mean,
much
yeah, I
more
don't
than,
expect
like,
them to spend a lot of time on
heroes.
Pokemon Eevee or Pikachu because we've already like seen a lot of that. But I would be surprised if they didn't at least mention the 2019 Pokemon game because since they've already confirmed that date or that year, I feel like they could at least kind of show us some more. I mean, heck, last year all they did was say, "Hey, we're making a game." Great, like,
Yeah.
and that was it. So they could at least show us some concept or something.
I really want them to.
I don't know if I don't know if they will.
I think they will.
It seems a little early to leak Gen 8.
No, they have already confirmed that it is going to be the next generation.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems a little early for them to show any of Gen 8 when they've got all this other stuff to talk about.
Gotcha. Brody, what about Mother 3?
If they actually announce a port of it, I'll be incredibly happy, but I've kind of just given up hope on it. I saw some of the developers from Mother 3 are actually making a new game.
Okay.
But I don't remember like what the name of it is or what it was. I saw that yesterday.
Gotcha.
I should have written it down. But yeah, if they announce anything akin to Earthbound or any of the Mother games, I'm definitely sold.
Right.
Gotcha. My last, I agree with all of Brody's dream options. The only thing that I had that he didn't have is Overcooked 2. I really hope they announce that. We've seen some leaks with a bunch of other Switch titles that are kind of already like confirmed for E3, and Overcooked 2 is one of the ones that we haven't heard about that was on there. So I'm fingers crossed that they're going to announce it and it's going to be Switch exclusive for a little while or something. That would be awesome.
What if they do a Hyrule Warriors 2?
I would love that too. I would absolutely love that.
Seems... I don't know. I actually have been playing Fire Emblem Warriors lately on the 3DS.
How is it?
It's really good.
I really wanted to get it.
I think it translates way better to a Warriors style game than Zelda did. Because I played both.
I don't know. Zelda was pretty good.
I enjoyed it, but it just... Fire Emblem lends itself way better.
Me and Jake lived together when it came out, and it was like literally all we did.
That's all we did. I'd love to do it again. I thought about getting the definitive edition on Switch just to do some Let's Plays or streams of it, but...
I think a Hyrule Warriors 2... I just don't know what else they could do with it. Because it was already kind of stretched for content a little bit.
Exactly. I don't either, and I think it's way too soon. I mean, why announce a definitive edition that's coming out later this year only to at E3 announce
Mario
the next one?
Warriors. That's what's next.
This is freaking... E.g. Aonuma.
Aonuma, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Brody.
Sorry. I knew it was an A name, and it was driving me freaking crazy.
But...
if they did a Nintendo Warriors, I'd be all over that.
That would be cool.
That would be crazy.
That would be really crazy, but I'd be for it.
Huh.
You just fight a bunch of like different Nintendo enemies and stuff, like Koopas and like Goombas and just all the stuff from Zelda and stuff.
Wow.
It'd be cool.
I just want Fire Emblem for Switch
Please,
to be everything
Nintendo.
that I want it to be. That's not too much to ask. Just bend to my every will, Nintendo, and give me everything I ask
Hopefully we will at least get some concrete news about it. Last year it was kind of just a teaser. We saw an emblem and heard music, and that's it. Hopefully this year we'll at least be able to see what kind of game it's going to be.
I hope so. And I'm really mad. That's like the only thing that you're going to react well to.
That's not true. I love Nintendo. I'm wearing a Nintendo shirt right now.
He's going to react well to the Smash. He's going to really enjoy Smash.
I'm going to react well to a lot of things. I always really enjoy watching Nintendos when I watch. Maybe my reactions aren't very strong, but I'll...
Dude, like my reaction, like my actual reactions are terrible for reaction videos because inside I see something and I'm like, ah! But like my actual reaction is just like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I remember when Anthem was shown last year, and Miles and I were watching it, and we were a little ahead of you guys, and we said to each other, we were like, "Oh my God, Brody's about to lose his mind," and you were like, "Are you about to fly?"
Wow,
that's cool. I'm gonna buy this game.
I like freaked out when he started. I was like, Jake, if he starts flying, and then he started flying, and then I freaked out, and that was the only. There may have been other videos that got like. Not copy striked, but like it just wouldn't let them upload.
Oh yeah, you'd have to watch the whole live stream to see that moment.
I'm gonna go back
I couldn't
and watch it
upload just a reaction of that.
Anthem just kept getting blocked for some reason by EA.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
All right, well that's all we have for E3 predictions. So thank you. I guess like I said, next week we will be discussing all of the things that happened. So we'll see who was right and who was wrong. hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this episode of Chortle Cast. We do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, there's a couple things you can do to help us out. Number one, you can like this video on YouTube. That's chortlegames.com. You can leave us a comment, let us know what you think is going to happen at E3 this year. And then you can also email us at chortlecast@gmail.com. You can let us know any topics you'd like to hear us talk about on the show, any news stories of the week. You can send us some of your E3 predictions. We can see some of that. Also, you can tweet us at Chortle Games on Twitter, at Chortle Games on Facebook. And we also have a Discord that is in the description so that you can see that. You can join us there and talk to us there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for Brody and Steven for joining this podcast, Brody especially.
Dude, NP.
Wow, thanks.
I'm glad to... I feel like I haven't been on the channel as much, but I definitely want to get back into it. I've just been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy, and you're busy this week, and so I appreciate you making time. Steven, you and I are always here, so I can't be especially happy that you're here.
So I'm not special. Okay, I'll get busy too, and then we'll see if I'm appreciated.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Anywho, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be live streaming all of the conferences. EA 1 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. Bethesda or Microsoft 3 p.m. Central Time Sunday. Bethesda 8:30 p.m. Central Time Monday. Square Enix at 12 Central Time. Ubisoft at 3. Sony PC at 5. Sony at 8. And then Tuesday we're wrapping it up with Nintendo. We'll be posting reaction videos for all the big announcements, so be sure to watch all of that. And yeah, we'll have another podcast next week.
And let us know in the comments what games you guys are excited to see.
Yes, because we want to know
as well. Yeah, we do.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Guys, you got any final words?
Happy E3.
Happy E3, everybody. We'll see you next time.